Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Excited to be here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jillian Kaplan from jilliankaplan.com, and I run an online business. And one thing I hear a lot from the people that I work with is something like, when you run your own business, you make your own hours, you decide how much you want to work, you decide when you want to work, which is a great thing, right? It's great to be your own boss, but it also means that you have a choice. So when times get tough or you get busy, you can make the choice to not work, right? But what happens when you disappear is that your audience disappears too. If they were watching you and they were watching your journey and they were watching your story and they were a little bit skeptical, because honestly, people are skeptical when someone else starts a business. Sometimes it's jealousy, sometimes it's pure skepticism, like, oh, they're never going to be successful. Everyone needs to have a 9-to-5. And you start to share your journey and you start to share your business, and then you disappear. Your audience is going to be like, oh, obviously he or she disappeared because I knew they weren't going to be successful at this, right? And your audience, if they were a little bit skeptical, is going to become more skeptical, and they're going to disappear with you. When you take a break from your business, you are making the decision to go away for that period of time, but you're also making the decision to have to restart your business when you come back, like from scratch. Your audience that you've built up, that you spent that time sharing with, is not going to be there anymore. And you're going to have to make them believe you all over again and make them understand your story all over again. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But people, I think, sometimes expect to come back and have their audience just be ready again. And that's just not the case. Recently, I went through a very traumatic accident. I was walking my dog through a crosswalk, and I was hit by a car. And I nearly died. That's where this fun haircut came from. I had brain surgery, and I had pelvic surgery, and I spent 6 days in the ICU and a month in a rehab hospital before I finally got to come home. I was wheelchair bound for 2 months, and then I started walking again. And I could have made the decision to stop working my business and stop sharing my story during that time, because it was a hard time, right? It was the hardest time in my life. But it's really important to take those hard times and turn them into, a time for you to share who you are, right? Because these hard times can either make or break us. They can either just say, I stink and I just want to lay in bed all day and cry, or you can take them and say, I'm going to be the best possible person that I can be. I'm going to continue to share my story, and I'm going to continue to help people with my business. And that's what I chose to do. And a lot of people will say, that's crazy. You needed to take care of yourself. But I did take care of myself. I took care of myself before I took care of my business, but I still had that desire to share my story, to help people. And I realized that if I went away, people would stop believing me, and they would stop thinking that I was running a legitimate business, right? They would think, oh, that was just a fad for her. That was just a phase. As soon as times got tough, she disappeared from our radar, which is sort of what people are expecting. Sorry, my dogs are wrestling in the background. So don't do what people are expecting, right? Continue to share your story through hard times. Take your tragedies and turn them into triumphs, and share about that. Share your story. If you're your own boss, you have control. So definitely take control and make sure that you don't do what people are expecting to see you do. So I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I will talk to you all later. If you want more business tips, you can check out jilliankaplan.com.